Hello everyone, today I bring you a review slash reaction to Coronal Atmosphere with Indivisible. And this is a song by a group that I do not know about, a project that I do not know about nor follow, and I don't even know who is the vocalist. So I don't even know if there are more vocalists than one. I do not know anything about it, so I am going blind to this song. Let's see what it is all about.
No one knows rejection, break it.
Is this Shotaway?
No one knows distraction,
It is.
break it. No, 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 no.
Ooh. I'm liking this mix of electronica with rock. It reminds me a lot of how Ron composes the songs. I need to check who is the composer because this song sounds familiar in a way. No. I do not know the composer. Well, that's new. Let's check the rest of the song.
Oh.
It's pop. Those tan 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 tan. That's a basic melody used in tropical music. I'm finding it pretty interesting for this type of melody to be in this type of song, but so far I am under the impression that this song is actually rock. It may not be. But it's really interesting to find these. It gives it a tropical twist to the song. It's not necessarily tropical, but it's a type of melody that usually you would use in tropical music.
Break it, break it,
Okay.
break it. Who are you? Break it, break it, break it.
I'm feeling these build up. Pause right there because those guitar riffs were good. I do like that. That's a good accent to the song, and I'm getting the feeling that this song is a mix of rock with pop with R&B. It's a bit like Apple Polisher, but not sounding like Apple Polisher, if you get what I mean. I do like the intro with the electric guitars. I do like this build up to the song that is really making good use of electronica, and then you get those rough guitar riffs into the chorus, and the chorus actually sounds like it is rock again. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good chorus. Shotaway as a rock frontman is something that I now want to see. When he goes for those low notes and he's actually trying to roughen up his voice to match the aggressive tone in the guitars, is actually sounding pretty good. You wouldn't even think that he's actually someone that sings like an angel. I do like this duality in Shotaway. He can actually pull off those kinds of performances. People just don't even stop to think that he can, and this is really impressive. I'm liking this so far.
Break it, break it, break it.
In the background, what is that instrument? That's a synth. That's adding, I would say, once again, that tropical touch. It's that electronica element that is making this song have a poppier vibe, should I say? Acoustic guitars as a way to make a transition to the second verse. That's interesting.
では吐き出しを
That melody. Dun, 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 dun.
常識を分業の言い訳に振りかざす美学な気分集して Break it
Ooh, this performance. Shut away.
Break it, break it, who are you? Break it, break it, break it I'm here, I'm made of bargains
I'm feeling this.
No love that soul, no no accept 最決心のフレーム Cause possible carry 外れた歯車になって解き放たる頭いいのせ
Those are straightforward riffs. I'm liking the way those were incorporated in this song, because if you listen to the verses, you wouldn't expect rock at all in this song, or at least guitars as expressive as those ones. You would actually think that this song may have a funky guitar riff, but you actually have those robust guitar riffs that don't sound out of place at all in this song. I'm liking the dynamic, really.
確かめてやる Meaning of this word Let's do that 深刻の儚さは吹き荒れ夜澄みの光景のフラッシュバックフラッシュバック突き進む
Somehow I am expecting, after clean singing, a bit of R&B riffing, now these roughen up vocals that sound really raw, and a bit of rap. Not necessarily a full-on swagger rap, but it is like rap rock. I am kind of expecting him to go screamo. I do not envision that happening, but now I want to hear screamo in this song, especially as we are building up to the bridge. I do hope something will come like that, or either screamo or a high note, a long high note.
痛みも前かしの安定も愛しく価値なんてない脈を打つ
So much vibrato.
トマト木まで Let the darkness この世界の全て僕のミソ Indivisible black Break it, break it,
What?
break it Who are you? Break it, break it, break it I'm here, that's who had almost I know
That, of course, was a high note. It wasn't long, but it was a high note. It was a really beautiful high note in the style of Shota Oi, the angelic solo artist. But what followed, what is happening in this song, really?
When I go here, no accept 確かなビジョン手繰り寄せたの消さなかの意識を舐めて運命のルーレット敵レスピアノいくそのだらけの世界シャウト Break it, break it, break it Who am I? Break it, break it, break it I'm here 割り切れない黒で未来さえも塗りつぶして I'm breaking it now
Ooh. I need a moment. Ooh. So, what was this? First of all, it is Shota Oi performing. Second of all, I was expecting this to be a group song. I don't know how this works, but how this franchise works. So I am pretty surprised and pleasantly surprised by this. I was not expecting this song to be that impactful, especially after that start. Okay, it was rock music, but it was not necessarily something novel. But starting from that intro, the song was completely different from what I was expecting. And it was interesting to find influences of pop, R&B and rock all in the same place and playing different roles, but all together to create this unique song. The chorus is actually my favorite part of the song, although I really do like the verses as they quiet down things and are a little bit simpler than usual. Shotaway on the vocal end is something that I always expect a lot of quality from. I don't recall any project in which he sounds bad. Really, he always sounds good, and he can tackle a wide variety of music genres and usually do more beyond his high tenor voice. A good example of that is in this song when he's trying to roughen up his notes, he's actually roughening up his notes. I don't know if these would actually work on a live setting because it sounds like a lot of trouble to go to sound aggressive, and it's not the tone in which Shotaway is actually natural at, but he does well. He seems like he can pull off. I've seen him pull off crazier things. So yeah, he will pull off that on a live setting. I'm sure of it. But still, it sounds really tricky to pull off. As far as what he is doing on the vocal end, he's adding a lot of vibrato. You can listen to those endings to his words. Most of those have vibrato going on in there. He has a beautiful head voice note in the bridge. I was expecting screamo, honestly, because the song was building up to something really, really, really intense, and well, you got the ethereal head voice note. It's also a way of releasing the tension, but I was expecting screamo. I wanted to hear screamo from Shotaway. Is that asking too much? Still, I believe this was a fantastic performance. I didn't know about the song, I didn't know about the project. I do not follow the project as it is a mixed project. I guess it is a mixed project. Once again, it's a good way to show that sometimes people are not familiar with something, and perhaps that music or that project is worth checking out. This is a good example coming from me that basically I check every project there is out there because I have to cover those, and I want to cover those on The Hand That Feeds HQ. This was a banger. Definitely a banger. Definitely a song that I will listen to more after this because I was not expecting anything of that. Shotaway is sounding completely different, yet it's still the Shotaway that we all know and love because of his incredibly singing skills. His incredibly good singing skills. I was forgetting an adjective there. And it was interesting to see how the song developed from there, the influences. It reminds me slightly of Apple Polisher, but without that loungy vibe. It's still Shotaway on the vocals. That's a common denominator for sure. And I do like electronic rock, and when it's done right, like this song is, Indivisible, of course I do enjoy a song like this, and I feel like this is a song well worth your time because it doesn't sound generic. It actually has a little bit of a quirky twist that will keep you on your toes. So you have that, and of course the vocals. The vocals are outstanding. All in all, Chrono Atmospheres Indivisible is a song that you must check, and for me, I must note that I should start checking more about them because if this song was good, I can only imagine the others. So I hope you guys found these interesting, or at least this review / analysis and reaction interesting. There's more videos to come, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for joining me for this video, and I'll see you soon.